on this beefcake. Stop lying, tell the truth. I am legend, this is the bar you measure to.
We didn't think this was real.
Maybe we should all just link up and do some music together.
How serious are we about putting together an album and then having it filmed?
To be honest with you, I have no idea what the last mixtape is.
This is the last mixtape. This documentary is the last
Oh,
mixtape.
is that what this is?
That's what it's called.
Lord knows I'ma give it all I got. I'm never giving in. If I rise to the top, it'll pay off in the end. Sometimes I feel lost, I don't know where to begin. Ain't trying to stop. Yeah, I can do this.
D-Bird just mentioned to me this idea of going out to a mansion in Texas and recording an album, and that's kind of right up my alley.
People who've never met before in real life, putting them in a house and saying you have this much time to create an album.
Okay, it is a real place, yes.
Hell yeah.
White Collar Rhymes is exactly what.
Hello. We're here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everybody in the viewing audience. I'm Dice, and I'm here with none other than D. Space Bird.
Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Between 0 and 10, it's going probably about a 6.5, but I am cruising through old Survivor seasons en route to Survivor 50, which appears in like a month. So we're almost there.
They haven't canceled that show yet? Good Lord.
Sure haven't. It's uncancelable, just like Bill Cosby or P. Diddy, you know?
I think there's a way that they can cancel Survivor by just not ever renewing it again, right?
It would find a way to crawl back out. I mean, Mr. Beast is already kind of doing his own thing of Mr. Beast games, and apparently for Survivor 50, there's a crossover where Mr. Beast is going to come in to Survivor and fuck with them too.
What are they doing on Survivor that's keeping the show alive? Maybe I'm uneducated, uncultured swine. What am I missing by not watching Survivor in its 50th season?
Well, swine, because what you're missing is a bunch of strategery, new faces, all just like getting all dirty with the plaque on their teeth and breathing stale air in each other's faces, farting in each other's mouths in the middle of a tent. It's great. And
they don't air that stuff on CBS. What are they really doing?
There's never enough ways that you can find new quirky weirdos to fuck each other over and stab each other in the back. So
how is this any better than me watching Naked and Afraid and just hoping that a pixelated titty slips out into the viewing?
There was a time in Survivor, the episodes that I'm rewatching, in old Survivor, they used to have like hotties, like fucking, you know.
Wait, they're not even casting hot people anymore? It's just
they have like one to two hotties per season, and now they have to have like regular people. Ugh. Yeah.
I'm still not hearing the appeal of watching Survivor.
Well, you don't want to see a hottie fart in someone's mouth. You want to see the regos.
Yeah.
You want to see the regos just slamming farts after eating a coconut.
I could just go to downtown of any major city and see that.
Well, you know, we'll know more once season 50 airs.
Right.
Apparently, Mr. Beast is joining. Some fucking Chris Stapleton might be doing a live concert. I don't know. They're pulling out all the stops to make it relevant for today's.
What is Mr. Survivor? Is he doing his own like Mr. Beast? What is he doing? Is he does his own Survivor? I know he gives away money, and people seem to think that that's viewable TV for some reason because they're not getting the money. But is he doing his own thing, and then it's just like blending it together?
Yeah, it's I haven't watched it. There's 2 seasons out right now, I think, on Netflix. Beast Games. My understanding is like, yeah, he challenges them to do crazy stunts, like staying up all night, stacking blocks or whatever. Really like feats of endurance for like big prizes. But I've also heard that like it's just a bunch of immature like 19 and 20-year-olds, and it's kind of like, oh, this is cringe. Just watching these people like, oh, it's cinema, bro.
Mr. Beast isn't doing anything new then. They already had that show on Netflix, Awake, where they made people stay up for 24 hours and then compete for, I think it was $1 million, which I loved, by the way. And then Netflix never even fucking renewed it. Like, it was a great show. Like, make people stay up and count quarters for a whole day and then make them compete in like hand-eye coordination skill games and see who can like duke it out. And then the only way you could win the actual $1 million was you had to be within like $25 of your actual count of the quarters versus what you think you counted, because they'll make you stay awake
That's
for
pretty
24
good.
hours. You count quarters during that whole period, and then you have to say how many dollars that you counted. There was one guy who was like $5 away, but he felt like he was off, and then he missed out on the $1 million. It was such a good show, and then they never renewed it. I guess Mr. Beast just stole it from them.
You
But
just like it because you stay up all night anyways. And you're like, oh, this is
yeah,
made for me.
I could do that. I did that the
I'll
other day,
stack quarters.
2 days ago. What's up?
Yeah.
But yeah, this just what, and then fucking, what is that show? Fear Factor. Joe Rogan did that. Mr. Beast is just copying everybody and then just putting extra money on top of it.
Great artists take ideas from other artists and make them their own. That's what he's doing, apparently. I haven't seen it, so who knows?
Where do we stand on artists using other artists' work in 2026 as we start the new year? Is biting still a thing?
I mean, I feel like hip hopper. This might be a hot take. Hot take. I feel like hip hop is just way too up their own ass about biting. I mean, for real. Because it's like, oh, you rhymed the similar pattern as this other guy who did it. It's like, there's only so many like rhymes to do, fucking patterns to do. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference as well between like, oh, copying words and patterns and like whatever phrases versus like paying homage of like, oh, remember this one song you like? Love it when you call me Big Papa, right? And it's like, well, maybe you say that in the same way, but then the second line you do is like something different. That's paying homage versus like, oh, he said it just like he said it. It's like, well, yeah, that's the point.
Hip hoppers are so fucking annoying to me because on one hand they'll be like, no, you can't use any interpolation of somebody else's lyrics that's biting. And on the other hand, you have the producers who will sample everything under the moon and then be like, I'm not clearing this sample. Why can't I release my shit with this uncleared sample on it? That's not fair. Well, like, what is it, guys? I mean, do you want people to reuse things of the past, or don't you? Like, what? I don't know. It annoys me to no end dealing with hip hop people.
Yeah. And I think even we are in differences of opinion when it comes to like ghostwriting and like what artistry is. But even so,
where do you stand on ghostwriting?
I mean, I think ghostwriting is pretty whack. If you're gonna call yourself a rapper, that comes with like actually writing, I feel. And it's like if you're performing someone else's lyrics, then that's not true to you. That's not, then you're a performer. You're not a rapper.
But how's that any different than R. Kelly pinning magnificent songs for Michael Jackson?
How is that any different than both of them raping the same kid at the same time? Allegedly. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Michael Jackson was exonerated of all charges. That's the difference.
Allegedly.
No, there's no allegedly. It's in the court of law. Cases were thrown out.
There's no way to tell.
But I mean,
no
some of the best singers that we know and we grew up with don't write their songs. Does that make them any less? And also, some of the songs that we know artists for are even just revisions of older songs that weren't as popular, 50, 60 years ago.
I know we're just rehashing an old argument from like a 2-year ago podcast, but at the same time, like there are differences between singers and hip hoppers, and
But
I don't
why?
make the rules.
But why? Shakira can sing a song that makes me feel some type of way, and then I find out she didn't write it. I don't feel like, oh, Shakira didn't really express this feeling to me. I've been bamboozled. But if Styles P tells me, oh, well, I didn't write the song, Nas wrote it for me, it doesn't make me think any less of the actual song or the artist. But for some reason, people put rappers on a higher pedestal, and this is a hot take, even though they may be less uh less talented or less what is the right word I want to say here. I need to be careful how I say this. They're probably not as polished of
Talented.
not
Shut
no
up.
not as
Talented.
not talented, not the beings, not the people that you necessarily want to idolize. Like, let's be honest, like a lot of rappers come from like rough upbringings, right? Or questionable upbringings. Like
I take
how many
offense.
we saw with Sean Combs, like Murder Inc., like Death Row, all these labels founded on, questionable business practices, but yet that makes them more authentic. But, somebody like Justin Timberlake, who works his way up through the Mickey Mouse Club, nobody gives a shit about that. Like, I'm supposed to respect a guy who sold drugs or robbed people or killed people more than a person who just kind of worked their ass off through the music industry.
I mean, what you're talking about right now is all marketing, right? You're talking about the marketing of a genre. And that is specifically record companies created this dynamic to sell more records because that was what was working. White America would eat up this image of, this dangerous criminal. And that's what
But that's
they
my
gave 'em.
thing though, is like we treat like somebody being dangerous and criminal and street orientated as more authentic than somebody who worked their ass off to be a musician. And I don't think that that's correct.
I agree. I don't
You
think
you agree
there's
up until it talks about the
well,
song being written though.
no. What we're talking about is the marketing aspect. I don't think that value should be placed just because somebody is, either living the life or not or whatever. Like, I don't think somebody being a dangerous criminal actually is cool. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't necessarily think that's cool.
So then who wrote the song shouldn't matter, right?
But I do think you should write about your life. I think you should be authentic and write it. This is like when those 16-year-olds come into our review show and they're like, oh yeah, I was just slamming down a Xanax and fucking some bitch and boom, boom, Ferrari. I'm like, okay, well, no, you fucking weren't.
I mean,
and that's okay. You don't have to just write about, getting a boner in class or something. Like,
I think it's a
whatever's
no,
true to
but
you.
I think it's a no, but I think it's a no on the authenticities because they don't give off that vibe. Like, okay, let me use another example. Usher Confessions was not even about him. Somebody else wrote that about their situation, but like Usher, the person, made you believe like, oh shit, him and Chili, maybe they had maybe he had a situation going on. I think it's like it's not who wrote it, it's how you deliver it that makes me believe that you can invoke those feelings in people. Like, I don't really give a shit if 50 Cent got shot 9 times or not, but he made me believe like whatever he told me in that story he went through. And that matters more to me than whether or not he penned the actual lyrics behind it.
Right. Authenticity, believability, sure. I think the difference specifically when it comes to the technicality in my mind, if rap is 4D chess, singing is 5D. I'll just say that, right? Like, because all of the same rules apply, like rhythm, songwriting, you still have to write interesting lyrics. You still have to be in the same time signature and match your tones to whatever that is happening with the instrumental. That being said, because you're singing it, that opens up an entire different like range of like octaves and like, a whole bunch of other shit you have to consider that a rapper just doesn't have to. And I hate to put it that way because I, do rap. At the same time, it's like, if you look at Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey, like there's other shit that they do that a rapper can't just be like copy paste. Now I'm Mariah Carey. Whereas like, yeah, with the right training, Mariah Carey, could she do the same thing that a rapper could do? Probably.
Mariah
And
Carey
for that
hangs
reason,
with thugs.
yeah, she'll have Nick Nick Cannon pen her a dope rap song, since he's very good at that.
All I'm saying is if Jay-Z woke up one day and was like, you know what? I didn't write all my lyrics. It doesn't change the feeling that he invoked in all of his catalog. But as
I
a
almost shared
as a rapper, everybody would hold that against him.
I almost shared it in the lounge, and then I was like, I'm just tired of these lists. But a new list of the worst rappers of all time got released, and I
Oh,
like screenshotted it because
where's that
like
list at? Let's talk about it now.
I can send it to you. Let's see if I still have it. What I thought was really interesting about it was like I kind of agreed with the majority of the list, except for number 46, Jay-Z. And right after him, 47, YG.
Hmm.
And that's when I was like, all right, you lost all credibility. You know what I mean? Like, can you make an argument for Jay-Z being the 47th worst rapper of all time?
Yes.
Yeah?
Is it a sound argument? No, but I think there's an argument to be made. I mean,
Is
in
it
in in
absolute insanity? Perhaps.
it, I didn't say it was going to be based on like sound reason or, objective feelings. It's going to be totally subjective, but at the same time, like I tell people all the time, growing up in like Southeast United States, Jay-Z wasn't popular to me growing up. Like I didn't really get introduced to Jay-Z until I saw Big Pimpin' on MTV, and I'm like, oh, UGK did a song with some guy from New York. Maybe I should check him out. Let's
I
see.
mean, I get it. At the same time, like you have to be real sheltered in your hip hop to feel like Jay-Z belongs on the worst of all time. I'm just saying that like there's many other names before there that should go in front of him, including the ones that come after him, like YG and Tyga.
Nah.
Don't get me wrong. Taste, great song. It's bad as far as lyricism, but Tyga makes a banger. He knows how to make a banger.
Do you listen to any Tyga music?
Taste is on my like songs playlist. Rack City, great oldie. Those are kind of the two that come to mind.
Let's see what we have here. Let's view this list of top. What is this? The worst artists of all time?
Worst artists of all time.
Let's take a look here. So, NLE Chopper at number one. I already disagree with that. I don't think he's a great artist, but I don't think he's the worst of all time.
There's probably people on this list that you could put in front of him.
Definitely.
Blueface
I would
doesn't know how to rhyme.
I would immediately swap those two just to get off the jumps. Like, okay, NLE Chopper is infinitely better than Blueface to me.
Blueface just kind of says things, and then later some producers like, all right, we got 30 minutes of some manifesto, some gangster manifesto. Let's add some beats to it later. Oh, it almost lines up, but no, it doesn't line up.
This list is giving me strong troll vibes.
I was thinking the same thing, which is why I didn't put it in there. Because Megan Thee Stallion, I don't believe belongs on there. But there's a lot that I can agree with.
Yeah, there's some that like, okay, I can see conversationally there's an argument to be made, and then there's others like why is Ludacris on here?
Ludacris, Earl Sweatshirt. Like if you're like, oh fuck that backpack rapper, maybe.
Yeah, I agree with Earl Sweatshirt on being on here. I don't care what the server says. I don't know what I can't name any song by him that and it's not a personal thing. I just have not.
Cassidy and Freddie Gibbs are others that I'm like, nah, you're out of your fucking rocker. For the worst of all time, no way.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll even put Soulja Boy on. Like
Soulja Boy is not the worst of all time.
No,
because I mean, man, we're gonna be name dropping here. I mean, if we're gonna talk worst of all time, Silk the Shocker should be on here somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally rhymed a week ahead of the beat. Famously.
Yeah.
I just that's what I'm saying. Like, why is it so hard for some people?
This is rage baiting at
Yeah,
its
I think so.
finest. Because
That's probably why I didn't share it.
some of these people, maybe it's not the best quality music, but they're not bad artists.
Cardi B is one I'd put up there too. It's like, yeah, is it stinky pussy music? Sure. But like, she makes okay songs to like just turn your brain off and dance to.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting debate, but putting Jay-Z on here screams like they just like Nas more than Jay-Z.
I also think, yeah, it was like from one of those Facebook sponsored posts. So I'm sure it was like, let's see how many people comment on here. And it is exactly that. It's like meant to be like, that person shouldn't be on there. What about this person?
We should do our own like lists. Maybe that's what we do with the WCR account is like top 20 artists.
Just rage bait ourselves.
Bottom 20 artists, and we just put out the White Collar Limes list of best MCs, and then just let everybody rage bait themselves on the internet, and we just never even talk about it.
I feel like if that was the case, there's gonna have to be somebody to defend it.
I mean, we could
like if you're like, these are the top 20 rappers of all time, undisputed, that's it. And then just do it wrong on purpose.
But like when Complex and stuff do this, they just kind of just drop that shit, and then nobody. I mean, maybe the author of it kind of like spends like a day or two on Twitter or whatever social media platform defending their views or whatever, but they just drop like the shit on their pages and then just move it on. Let people rage bait in the comments for weeks at best.
Well, I'm all about it. I think we should do a WCR.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it and see it. We'll do like we'll do just like this. We'll find a couple of popular artists that we know will invoke emotions out of the peons, and then we'll make sure that we put them in unflattering positions. We'll say, yeah, Nas, top 20 worst MCs of all time. Of course, we'll come to some sort of consensus between the two, and then we'll just put it on the internet and see what happens.
I mean, honestly, if you want to do worst of all time, I'm good with most of this list. Which would probably set the peons aflame.
We gotta put some unexpected shockers on it though. We gotta make sure the rage is in the bait.
Yeah. I mean, I think.
How about this? Here's a suggestion. Me and you, we'll do 2 lists each. We'll do top 20 artists and then top 20 worst artists, and then we'll just kind of like, I don't know, agree on who we think should go on the finalized list between the two of us, and then we'll just make some stupid clip art version of it and then anonymously post it on White Collar Rhymes.
Ooh, and can we run it through AI so they like do pictures, but like the people aren't the exact same? Their faces are like dripping.
We'll put like Tupac's face on Big Pun's body and Nas in Jay-Z's clothes. It'll be beautiful.
Yeah, Big Pac.
What up, Drippy K?
We're
just here chatting on the subscriber show. We started out talking about Survivor, and then now we're talking about the top or the bottom 50 worst artists by somebody's random post that D-Bird happened across.
Yes, randomly ran across.
But in the meantime, we did see that you're gonna sub, so we got one song we can play in the meantime by The Fallen Dove with Swag Lean and Unit.
Oh, collaboration.
Look at that. Collaborations. Who would have thought on a server with 4,000 people?
Oh my God. Funky Town freestyle.
What are your predictions? Let's predict the score on this.
I think Fallen Dove, it's a literal freestyle. I'm thinking that they were all in voice chat one night and they recorded the session of, probably one Asian race joke. Probably something about, coming. And Swagleen, I think he's going to have a literal freestyle where he says something about, his penis. He's going to talk about his stinky dink. And Unit, I think, is going to do the same things, but with better flow.
I'm predicting a strong 6 out of 10.
All right.
All right.
Maybe I like doing this, but this is super unfair to just judge ahead of time. Let's see with an open mind what this is.
There's nothing fair about us giving blind opinions on stuff. All right.
True.
Here's Funky Town Freestyle by the Fallen Dove, Swagleen, and Unit. Not the beat that I expected.
Not even a little bit. Kind of like it.
Yeah, driving the car like my racist. I'm racist. Dropping 100 bars and people in prison. Yeah, drop the soap. Got a mini coin like I got faces. 50 cents, it make me feel arisen. Yeah, we taking a funky town. Get it down, go around, roll the town. Like a summer. Got a couple bombs, I can drop it, them no F slurs. That's a couple faggots, no dessert. Like I'm smoking fast, that cigarettes. I'm chasing my bags like ball sweats. I'm getting shit, get hot sex, get donut sex on his third leg. Flowing like May Rab, walking sideways like a crab. I might slime your slat, I might give him the clap. Bracing the chaos, can you fuck off? Can you let me know if you down for not? Got white come like snow, making the bed shake like a seizure episode. Chill, this might be a teaser for the next show. Whoa,
next show, I'm about to let go. Yeah, I'm all up in the neck like my dick was strep throat. Pussy bitches walk around like this shit don't really stink. I'm calling this bitch Zelda cause I'm tryna link. Hey, starting again like a park, giving a wood like a bark, bugging a bitch in the dark. Know when I left from the start, told her I gave her my heart. Robbing a bank cause they declined my loan. Out of my spot, get out of my zone. Pictures of titties all inside my phone. Taking a beat, I'm rocking that blown. Brother pull up to the scene and they bringing his strap on. I got my strap on, both got intentions of someone to tap on. I've been the witness on different occasions. I'm minding my business, but I am Caucasian. Why not lines on your paper? Shit is amazing, I'm saying. Yes, I do come onto paper. Yes, I get head when I wake up. Fucking the critics, cause I'm giving love to the haters. I've been amazing. When I fucking second place. Ladies come first, of course. 1, 2, 3, before me, I'm insane. Hey, blasphemy. When they cross me and don't take my seed. Wet like Keanu Reeves on a reef. Killing all the ops with a pen, hey look that's me. Honestly, edging inside of an elevator. Cause I'm coming up hard and there's no debating. If you all on my dick you can get it later. Cause I'm busy. With your mom, bitch.
Alright, that was the Funky Town Freestyle by the Fallen Dove, Swagleen, and Unit. Bird with the pre-song predictions nailed, I think, a good 80% of that.
I was
90%.
I was gonna say 100%. Yeah,
100% maybe.
I was like, start out with some racism. The first thing he's like, I'm driving a car like I'm a racist. And then he talked about his cum, nailed that. Then Swagleen talked about his dick, being like strep throat in her neck, and then wood. And then Unit kind of did that same thing, but with better flow. Crushed it. That being said, I kind of liked it. Cool beat. I think that beat was just fun and boppy. Finally, can we do more of this, guys? Do we have to always do some rage shit for the youngs? Do more of this. It works. It's fun. Except for less of like the racism and just the obvious like cum stuff. I think, look, let's go down the line. It's very simple. Dove, getting predictable, man. I think that especially like if this is a freestyle, I understand, but it's just like too simple and too like bad of delivery to really enjoy as a listener. So I'd say maybe like think about it, come back and write something to it. Swagleen, you're having fun, and I was having fun with you. The quality was worse. Quality was kind of poor, just in general, I guess. Maybe this is just audio taken from the server, but I liked some of those lines. The strep throat did actually. I was like, oh, and wood bark. Yeah, sure. It's not bad. Kind of a fun listen. And then unit, kind of more straightforward, not as jokey, but understood the assignment as well. It was kind of like the perfect in between over the top, my dick is dripping, and let's put some thought into this lyrics. I'm going to take 100 hours to write down. It's somewhere in between. And I think your flow sounded good over the beat. So overall, I'm going to give it a friendly 5.5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether this is better or worse than the Rogue Jepsen collaboration. Kind of in the same vein, but slightly better. Look, I mean, just being straight up, in terms of ranking the most appealing, Dove was third, Swag was second, Unit was first. But from a listening perspective, you have it 3-2-1. So if I was not on this show and I was listening to this, I would have cut it off mid Dove's verse. And I think that's something that the folks on this server don't take into mind as far as their collaborations is how do you retain listeners? And I think people more so go for the I'm just having fun or the comedic aspect. And I know people don't necessarily listen to us and kind of take our advice to heart, but I'm serious when I say look, there's always appeal in everything you do, whether you're doing it for fun or you're doing it for serious. If you seriously want to get people to listen to your gimmicky songs, put the best person first, because then I'm going to listen to that first verse and I'm already latched in. If I'm 2 minutes into a 3-minute song and you've got the least appealing part of it last, at least I will have made it 3/4 of the way through your song. And what does that mean from a business standpoint is all you people paying, $10 a year to go through DistroKid and put your songs on, streaming platforms, you don't get paid until you get 1,000 streams, and you equally don't get paid until you hit the 30-second mark. So if I don't make it 30 seconds into your song, it's just a waste of your time and your money putting shit out there. And, again, sure, this is a fun song. Oh, we were just having fun. You guys are too serious. But I mean, fuck, what do you want me to do? Treat everybody's song like it's fun? And then the serious person comes along and is these guys don't take shit serious. So I just look at things through the same lens all the time. And I think the order of the verses is out of order. Unit, I don't have any real strong feedback. Like Bird said, I think you did a great job on your verse. There's thought put into the lines. There's structure to the flow, and it feels crisp. Swag always has interesting, funny lines, but the quality was a bit of an issue. And kind of what Bird said about Dove, it's kind of getting predictable about the content, which is why the last time we heard him on Sunday, I was it'd be good every once in a while if you switch it up. Maybe this song isn't the song for that given the context, but okay, either I know what I expect out of Swag Lean, and it just kind of gives me a different feeling each time, or I need to be surprised sometimes. And I find myself lately not being as surprised with Swag Lean, even though I enjoy his verses. But Dove is just straight up predictable. Like you said, it's racism, cum, and all this other stuff. And, where's the... Even Little Dicky has a bit of oh, I can't wait to hear what he says, but I don't feel myself saying that when I listen to a Fallen Dove verse. Is I can't wait to hear how he works racism to this. Oh, I can't wait to hear how he works cum into I don't find myself oh boy, I'm so fucking excited for it. It's it's gonna be the same thing over again. And I think if you really want to stick to this gimmick that you have to make it more interesting, and it's lacking interesting qualities, and it's just feeling very predictable, like going to a comedy show and a guy is just telling knock knock jokes in 2026. So that's my honest take on it. I'd give it a 5. There's things that are good about it, but there's just the overall sense of I probably will never listen to this again.
Yeah, I mean, in general, I'd love to find a way to encourage Dove to take some of his ideas, his like, oh, I want to be like, you know, a little edgy. I want to be funny. Like that's the goal here is from my outside perspective. That's my interpretation of why you continue to, you know, write songs about cum and racism and submit skits. I think kind of like Dice said, it's like, I'm rooting for you to find your voice. You know what I mean? Like if it's just so on the nose of like, I came on her belly. Oh, her pussy, blood, my dick. Like it's just not interesting. I don't know. Like it's just too obvious. And yeah, I think maybe it's because it's a freestyle. Maybe it's because you freestyle everything and that's just what's on your mind at the time. You know, that can be true. But my goal here being with the mic as somebody reacting to your shit, my encouragement is to be more creative.
Yeah. Like I would put the Fallen Dove and Swag Lean in the same vein, but like I said, I find Swag Lean's setups and the way he delivers it more interesting than what Fallen Dove is. And I will openly admit, you know, sure, I'm much older. I'm not the target audience for Fallen Dove, but what I hear is somebody trying to get a reaction and a rise out of folks, but they're not doing it in a way that is necessarily retainable or consistently quality. So it's like Bird said, the writing needs to be improvement. If you're gonna say, you know, on the edge things about racism or, you know, sexual jokes, you got to do it in a way that is not expected, which is the whole point here is like, okay, I expect you to say something racist. I expect you to say something about sex, but do it in a way that I haven't heard, or at least in a more funny fashion. Maybe I don't get the humor and that's fine, but I'm telling you that it doesn't strike me as something that nobody else could do, your verses. So you and I saw somebody on my Instagram post this. They're actually an A&R for a small label, and they said that and I've said this before, is like they highlighted that younger artists' vocabulary is not as expansive as older artists, and the limited vocabulary leads to people doing the same things over and over again. So when I told people like months ago, like, yeah, you guys read a thesaurus or like read books or expand your knowledge, like when you think about different subjects and things, like maybe somehow you equate, like, I don't know, the start of World War One into like how you like came on a girl's stomach, like, yeah, I shot her like the Archduke Ferdinand or some shit like that. Like when you yeah, like when you incorporate like things that people would have to go and be like, oh shit, that was like a real event, but he said it in a funny way. That's when you're starting to like make use of like things that people can remember. But when you're just like, oh, I came on her belly, like everybody can say I came on her belly. Not everybody's saying like I came on her belly like the Archduke Ferdinand got shot in the head. Like you got to relate things to things that aren't so obvious all the time. And I think that people in the industry are starting to pick up on like the limited vocabulary of songs these days, and now it's just a fight for what sounds the best and what do people just gravitate to. It's not who's the best artist.
Yeah. And you know, pinpointing part what you said about Swag Lean, and to give him his flowers a little bit, you know, like to his credit, a lot of great setups, a lot of great like unique, interesting ways to kind of talk about the same shit. Like one of the famous lines, I could stick a fish stick up her ass if I wanted.
Yeah.
like hilarious.
In a normal conversation, it makes no sense whatsoever. But when you hear Swag Lean say it with like confidence and swagger, it's like, oh, he's trying to do some freaky shit. And it's funny. It's like who thinks of that?
It's out of the box. Yeah. And that's not to encourage, you know, what's the craziest thing you can say? It's just to, you know, try to say that creativity is gold. Like Dice said, you know, coming up with different ways, new ways to say the same things, right? There's, you know, a million different songs about love, but how are you going to make it unique? Yeah. Right. And a lot of times you as an artist, when it comes to songwriting, you can either lean into details, lean into emotion, or lean into like creativity. And that's kind of the three different ways you can go about it. A love song, okay, I love you. That does nothing, right? But I love you like a fat kid loves cake. 50 cents to that. You're like, oh, huh.
I
Okay,
can
21
visualize that. Yeah. Red car in the
Something to
car
think
go
about.
fast.
Yeah.
Simple but powerful words spoken by a wise man. All right. There was something else that I wanted to chitter chatter about that I am admittedly not well versed in, but I'm sure Bird probably has more knowledge than me.
Oh, don't put me on the spot like that.
You know about these things, you pop culture freak.
I probably don't.
The ending of Stranger Things. Season finale has, or I guess the series finale has reared its ugly head recently. Have you watched it?
No, but do you want to talk about what I do know?
I do, because I stopped watching after season 2 because I don't know. I didn't feel a strong investment. I'm like, okay, kids haunted by some demon freak from some other dimension. Strange things happen in this town. I can come back to this later. And I just kind of fell off the wagon. But people seem to still be so excited by it. And I'm like, what did I miss beyond season 2?
Yeah. So where I'm at
Spoiler
is
alert,
I'm
by
on
the
like,
way.
yeah, spoiler alert. Pause now. Delete. Exit your browser before you get any spoilers for the second to last episode. That's where I'm at. Is I have like 2 episodes left to go. And I kind of like the reason I haven't finished is I kind of lost interest around that time. This last season has been a boondoggle, as you will.
I'm not familiar with boondoggle, but okay, go on.
So I think we talked about it before. So excuse me if I'm saying the same things, but yeah, season 2, 3, like the first one was like, oh yeah, nostalgia. We're riding bikes, and it's like, oh yeah, we're like, you know, I wasn't doing D&D back in the day when I was a kid, but I've ridden bikes before, and I can imagine, you know,
it gave like small town vibes. Even if you weren't from a small town, it gave like retro vibes. And then oh shit, there's this strange girl and like trying to figure out what's her deal.
Yeah. And you saw her like move shit with her mind. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, and then the maybe like wants to kiss a little bit. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think it was cool, and then like it kind of got darker and more horror-y, and I did like that part. I was like, oh shit, like, you know, fast forward to like season 3 or 4, and it's like full-blown horror movie. Like, oh, this dude's like coming out, this demon, like fucking sucking, you know, the brains out of children and shit. You're like, oh fuck. But this last season, yeah, like everybody's aged down a million years, and it's infuriating. You have like the literal fucking a demon chasing you, a demon god who wants to fucking murder you, and you're like running from him with your boyfriend. You're like, oh, also we should talk about our relationship. Let's pause in the corner and just like talk about all the shit that's wrong with us. And oh, now we're like trapped while the room is melting around us. Good time to tell you I almost proposed. Like, shut up. Get out of this, and then you can talk about whatever you want.
Seems like a perfect time to me to express your feelings, D-Bird.
And it's kind of like that throughout. It's like, you know, the parents are all like, just like little children. Like, oh, do you think he likes me? Oh, do you think she? It's like toddler shit. You know, 3rd graders say that. So I don't know if the writers have never had a relationship before, but it's like the adults are written as kindergartners, and everyone just has heightened emotions times 1,000. They make no sense.
I have a, I don't know if it's a hot take, but I have an opinion that I think would have made Stranger Things infinitely better. Is that get away from the main character syndrome of these 4 kids and handful of adults are smarter than a demigod. Refresh it, wipe out the characters at some point, introduce new characters that take on this demigod. Like, sure, maybe they survive season 1. Maybe they make it through season 2. Season 3, you should have wiped out at least half of those kids. Like, come
I
on.
agree. I
Like,
agree.
because then it puts the thrill of like, and kind of what made The Walking Dead exciting is like, okay, what cast members are going to actually survive this season, whether they get killed by zombies or other humans. Like, that was the interesting thing to me for The Walking Dead up until a
Yeah.
certain point where it got a little bit too stale, is that nobody was destined to survive. And I
Yeah.
think retaining 4 kids against a demon doesn't, sure, it's fantasy, but I think at some point people are like, okay, come on, like you said, like
Dude.
what's going on here?
Okay, so that's the biggest issue with the whole fucking thing is you have 5 like high schoolers, middle schoolers, some of them, who are going up against not only a demon god where no one knows anything about him, he's just all powerful, he can move shit with his mind, he can literally transport you to different dimensions. This fucking, nose picking 14-year-old is gonna beat him. Like, shut the fuck up. And on top of that, they're not only fighting him, they're also fighting the US government.
Right,
Or like
yeah.
a mercenary patch.
Yeah.
And they're like literally on like little walkie-talkies and riding their bikes around and like sneaking around the military with the help of their parents who are like,
Just
oh
some
yeah,
like regular
Eagle
small town
Nest, go.
schmucks. Yeah, like a sheriff and then a mom who's semi crazy but super obsessive over her kids. Really?
Yeah, they're outmaneuvering the military, they're outmaneuvering the demons. Like, you should all be dead.
And I think that's what makes like horror franchises last long, is because it's not all, sure, there's the, Freddy Krueger, there's the Jason who's ever present, but there's not always that same main character who seems like they just always have the edge on them, right? There's always that thrill of like somebody around this person is going to die even if they live, and I don't think Stranger Things had that. And I think that's probably why I kind of like checked out season 3ish, because I'm like, all right, these kids are just going to keep winning. Where's
Plot
the
armor.
where's the excitement for me? Is like, there has to be some thrill of like one of these people isn't going to make it, and then once I started to realize they're just going to keep living, I'm like, I can come back to this later.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. It's like they call it plot armor.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, they're invincible because apparently we want to keep them in the plot. No. Like, what made Walking Dead, what made Breaking Bad, what made, Game of Thrones so good is like at any given time,
Somebody can
any
die.
of these people can fucking go.
Yeah, like glad you mentioned break. Like when Jesse is laying in the bed with his fucking girlfriend, and then Walt's in there and watching her OD, and he's like, "You're like, oh shit, they're gonna save her, right? Because that's part of the plot, part of the story." And he's like, "I'm just gonna let her die." You're like, "Oh shit!" And then when the
Yeah.
fucking kid gets killed, it's like, oh, like those things mean thing to drive the story along. And even in that scenario where they had 2 central characters that survived either through dumb happen chance or sheer will of luck, like people around them were impacted and died. Like the fucking brother-in-law who is fucking hunting him down, killed. Like those things matter. And I think as many people that died in Stranger Things that were irrelevant, it wasn't relevant enough to people wiped out of the series.
100%. I think we're onto something. Good screenwriting equals all of the heroes aren't all pure good or pure evil. All the evil people aren't pure evil either. There's some good in there. There's shades of gray to every character, and anyone can go at any time. Boom. You have the next, like, Sopranos.
Yeah.
Consistently one of the best rated TV shows of all time, along with Breaking Bad. Same shit. I think we found it.
I know you're not an anime guy, but I think I've in conversation with other people I've told them before, is like, I get more interested in anime when main characters die. Like if I'm watching something that's full of plot armor, like, oh, Goku can never, well, I mean, Goku dies, but he comes back to life. Like if it's like super plot armored where like the main characters never go away, I'm like, I've seen thousands of shows, thousands of animes with this, but like if I'm watching an anime and like 2 episodes into season 1, main character arm cut off and they're dead. I'm like, okay, I'm invested now because I may have gotten an emotional attachment to that character and you killed him off. Now I got to find somebody new to attach myself to. Now you force me to get involved into the plot a little bit more, and I think that's what drives me to like shows, like whether it's reality TV or anything, is breaking that plot. That's what made Squid Games good too. It's like you don't know. Even when they did the reality show version of it, it's like, okay, well, everybody's like, well, we should split up so that we don't get, eliminated. And then they end up putting the groups against each other. Or it's like, okay, well, we need to team up so that we don't get eliminated. Now the people in those teams have to compete against each other. It's like breaking the plot armor kept Squid Games so fucking fresh. And I liked how they even incorporated that into the reality show. And I think TV shows need to do more of that and less of like, oh, well, we got this super hot actor and we need them to keep the brand recognition and the value up and they can never die. Like, fuck that. There's more people out there you can bring in and put in another sob story and get people attached to. Because once you... Are you going to try out for Squid Games?
Hello! Let's go, Squid Games! Hell yeah. I actually thought about it.
Should I audition? I don't think I'd ever get selected.
I think you should. For sure.
Let's see if let's do that. Let's me and you just keep auditioning for Netflix shows until one of us gets picked up.
Or until they pick up the last mixtape. You're on Netflix right now. No, I'm not. My favorite line of the whole shit.
Gonna make me eat my words, D-Bird?
We'll see.
But yeah, I mean, I think that I'm glad you said plot armor. Plot armor is the ruiner of anything that I'm watching where I feel super invested and then all of a sudden I'm like, this isn't for me.
Word.
All right.
If we ever get ChatGPT to write up a screenplay or a series, that's what we'll have to tell it.
Fuck ChatGPT. We should put all the AI bots against each other and see which one can infect the other with a virus and wipe it off the face of the planet.
Did somebody have a hard day at their day job?
Actually, it was pretty easy. I even stopped working early and took an adult nap in the afternoon.
Love adult naps.
But no, I'm tired of being encouraged to use AI more. That's all I'll say. It's like I get it. It's there. If I want to use it, sure, I'll use it. But I don't need it. Like, I don't need it shoved down my personal feed of like, oh, look at this new application. I'll whip you up an anime character with AI. I don't need my job telling me, oh, use AI to write documentation. Like, it's the bubble is popping and I don't need to be forced to save the bubble from popping. I'm not going to be your savior. Just letting y'all know. Don't come to me trying to get me to use AI tools because you hired 18 developers in India and now you got to figure out what's my return on investment. Okay? Is that fair, D-Bird?
Pop.
Do you use AI a lot?
I go through spurts for different shit.
That's fair. The most use that it gets out of me is like, and it's only because they kind of ingrained it into the tool, is like when I search for something and it gives me the AI summary at the top of the search results, and I'm like, all right, that's fine. I don't have to look at as many web pages if I don't want to, but I don't necessarily go seeking out the shit.
Kelsey uses it way more than I do.
I need to talk to her.
We'll be like trying to figure out some like problem around the house or some whatever, and I'm like, well, no, we can never know. I guess I'll go back to watching TV. And she just like within 1 second pulls it up on ChatGPT, is like, oh, it's probably this. She's way better at it than I am.
We need to have Kelsey on here so that we can have a friendly debate about AI and the dangers of trusting computers.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, to save my relationship, it's like, if you can convince her, you're right, don't look it up. Just sit back on the couch and watch more Survivor.
Oh, loop me in the next time, Bird. I got your back.
Okay, good.
All right. No more music from the community, but we do have what D-Bird likes to call, at the risk of being politically incorrect, cultural exchange time.
No, this was your
don't
word for
shy
it. My word for it was song swap.
don't shy away from the terminology, Bird. This is a cultural exchange. I know that emotions are high in the world. I know that ICE is going around murdering people in the White House. Oh, you know what I wanted to ask you about? Did you read the White House plaques, their new fucking Walk of Fame?
Sure did. Pretty impressive.
If you would have told me in the 90s as a young kid, one day the White House is going to be spewing propaganda on a daily basis from social media accounts and the president himself, I would have been like, this doesn't seem plausible. But here we are.
I was just blown away that a Muslim and a sleepy dementia patient made it all the way to the office of a president. I was like, wow, I didn't realize it was that bad for both of them. And they still made it through. Probably something up with the voting.
You know, not to draw a stark comparison, but it's the same shit as Sean Combs, right? You got people enabling a psychopath for whatever reason, whether they want money, power, access, and you get to see what crazy demented things that person is willing to ask you to do. And I'm waiting for the point to where people finally say, you know what, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. But it never ceases to amaze me. I know people always say, oh, I hate Twitter, I'm gonna get off of there, but I don't follow a lot of celebrity accounts, but I follow the White House. If you just watch the White House post on a daily basis, how fucking insane it looks.
They usually get screenshotted and put like out on social media because they're like, do you see what he said this time? And it's like, yeah, it's all the same. But he's just protecting America, guys. Calm down.
Is that what it is, protecting? It's just insane to me that, like, I could understand if it was like Kanye, like, oh, look at what Kanye said today, or, you know, I don't know, some other Kim Kardashian or some other celebrity, but it's literally like the president in the White House, and not even the president half the time. I'm just amazed at what the White House is tweeting out. And like, did you guys not? Is this the time we live in? How is this any different from like North Korea announcing how great and godly their leadership is to its citizens over a megaphone, 8 a.m. every morning? Like, how is this any different? The White House is just tweeting it.
Ooh, I have been looking for a new morning alarm clock.
Well, there you go.
That's a good idea.
Maybe you should just hook a megaphone up, use some AI, connect it to the White House Twitter feed, and just program it to read you the tweets every morning, and that will be your daily affirmation.
That sounds pleasant.
All right. Well, we're not on that culture, but we do have some cultural exchange time. Bird and I have a song each that we wanted to share, and Bird, give me some more context of what our end game is here.
So realistically, the idea is one song that inspired me when I was younger, one song that I was like, oh, this is interesting for these different reasons, you know, and just like I've kept in the back of my mind for whatever reason. I'm like, I like this song and I don't think Dice has heard it. So I threw that over the fence so Dice can enjoy it live or fucking hate it live. I guess we'll see. And then the task was thrown back at him to say, I don't think D-Bird knows this fucking song, but I like it for some reason. And then afterwards, we can rate him out of 10. We can say what we thought and maybe why we shared the song together.
All right. That's fair. All right. Who's going first?
You probably have mine queued up, so I'll just give you a quick why of why I shared this.
Okay.
So when I was a young whippersnapper, just freestyling about cum,
young fallen dove bird.
Yeah, when I was just a young fallen bird, you know, what really helped me understand more of my style or more of like other ways to approach rap writing in a more creative way was stumbling across different underground artists. Copyright was one of them that was very kind of like battle centric, punchline heavy. I don't even know if this song is exactly that, but I love kind of the way that he works with the beat and plays with the different cadences inside the beat. as well as like tries to put different punchlines throughout it. That's why I shared it.
All right, so let's take a look at this song by Copyright called. Is it God Save
Workahol.
Okay, God Save the King is the album.
Yes.
Okay, Workahol. Workahol. It's okay. We'll see what happens. 5-minute song. Going back and
We can probably
Right now,
fast forward to
Stu
something.
Bangers, and I am swag
It's also like 20 years old. By the way.
I'ma build some X and make us marker. What don't kill your head to make it stronger? Hesitation not will only take shit longer. I'ma work a hard, licking that alcohol, sniffing, sport to rock it, whatever works I'm on it. I'ma work a hard, licking that alcohol, sniffing, work to rock it, whatever works I'm on it. Mary, with a marijuana garden, how did it grow? Snow, white might powder her nose, but we out of the dough. Forget the keys or did we sniff them? Getting money from the ATM, the screen said withdraw. Damn, how did it know? Ow, now with the flow's been known to render cowards powerless soul. It's in with the new and out with the old. And I don't want to get any bigger, the underground's cool to me. A fool to me, so for a little bit better jewelry, but ain't nothing like a little old school to me. I managed to move ahead of the amateurs, plans to maneuver. Tyler the creator, sound man, I'm amped for the future. Hands to salute you, no hands to shoot you. Shit, damn, I just missed your shit and took the Xanax, I'm stupid. I'm up here with Duff beer, large pimpin', ashing my cigar in y'all's kitchen. Your mom, blue top like Mark Simpson. Man, are y'all kidding? Y'all the fucking competition. I thought y'all was just the nothings, I would start to get a rhythm. I'm gonna put some X and make us marker. What don't kill your set to make it stronger? Hesitation not will
Still bang.
take shit longer. I'm gonna put some X
How old is this song?
Like 20 years, at least. Maybe 15.
Hold on. I heard Tyler the Creator reference. Is that something older than what is or the origins of Tyler the Creator?
I don't know. He said something about like Tyler the Creator's sound man and an ant. So obviously it was like a name play, but I don't know the context.
Is that where Tyler the Creator got his name from? Copyright.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Licking that alcohol, sniffing, sport to rock it, whatever works I'm on it. I'm on workahol, licking that alcohol, sniffing, work to rock it, whatever works I'm on it. Man, fuck what y'all said, I'm a hardhead. The block said I fell, oh well. Blunt on each end of the circle, laughing, LOL. The cats blazing, facing counterclockwise. It's amazing how I stop time round about 5 to spit up in a sheriff's face and gouge a cop's eye. I need to stop, drop, and roll through the house. You're on fire, but your label's gassing you, and it won't put you out. And me, I'm the go-to guy for the flow to fly. Go through skies when I vocalize. Smoking by, not smoking signs, but a smoking 9. You're smoking a blunt with your friends, I'm by myself smoking 9. I'm choking, oh, I hope he's fine. Yo, I throw up my spine all the time. It's only natural, homie, catch when I throw these at you. And I don't need math to carry the 9 and call subtraction. What's up?
What's all the gun talking I hear?
I just do what the beat's telling me to do, dog. Talk to the snare. Them yamps with fake implants, I make them damp. When they call, they reach the voicemail box like a trach implant. Then pay some X and make this marker.
I think I got it.
Yeah.
I think I get the gist of it here.
Yeah.
How do you want me to do this?
Let's just give your first reaction as if it was given to you from the community.
How old is that? 13 years ago? Look, it's not a bad song. I do hear lots of D-Birdisms in this, so I can see the influence in here in the flow, in the setup, and the delivery. So this makes sense coming from you. It's not a bad song. It's not like something that I would like gravitate to, after first listen. I want to highlight, it's not a bad song to me. It's just not something that I would just like go back and replay, but it's not something that I would just turn off, if that makes sense. Good delivery, good flow, good presence. I feel like I probably missed out on, some copyright songs that maybe if I heard this on my own, I would probably go back and say, oh, maybe he has something else that I like a little bit more. I'm not like turned away from it It doesn't feel like extra backpacker. It doesn't feel like super nerd rap or anything. It just feels like somebody who has some skill, and maybe there's something in his catalog that I could just resonate with. So that's not bad. I don't hate it.
To be fair to Copyright, this song is ancient, and it's just one of the things that set me on a journey. And he does have some bangers from 2024, even last year that are, maybe Dice you'd resonate with more. I'm just, this was the first thing that popped in my head.
Why this one?
Honestly, I don't even know. I think it was just like
The spur of the moment.
Yeah, it was like, oh, I gotta find some song that was like kind of core to the origin story. And I think there was something about like this early punchline. There was other ones that had better punchlines and more like standout lines than this that I could think of. I just didn't have a video to go along with them. So that's why this one was on this show, is because I knew there was a video, and there'd be some visuals to go along with our, media broadcast.
Shout out to Mike Phantom for following. Maybe Mike saw Copyright on our screen. He's like, oh, these guys know what they're talking about. I love it here. Hit the follow button.
Yeah, he's like, oh, they're friends with him? Cool. No, I wish.
Ray Stan said it was a nice track, listenable. Sounds like some Ray Stan's material. I think he likes Brother Ali and people of that ilk. So,
I guarantee, like, we've traded tracks before. I guarantee our music tastes are pretty similarly aligned. And if we swapped songs in the same manner and fashion, I think we'd find a lot of value.
I think so. Me, on the other hand,
you're like, next.
All right, so
shout out Copyright.
Yeah, shout out Copyright. Like I said, I feel after listening to this, maybe I've slept on him because it didn't seem appealing 20 years ago. So I might, peruse his catalog a bit, see if there's something I do enjoy a little bit more. So thank you for sharing that.
What do you got for me, Dice?
What I have for you. So in my musical journey, I went through several eras, I should say, of like latching on to artists before I feel like I hit my creative drive, I should say. I started out honestly listening to a lot of Limp Bizkit. I think that was kind of like my first journey. Then I transitioned into No Limit, Cash Money. And then once I started to realize half of my family was from Cleveland, I started to listen to a lot of Bone Thugs and Harmony. And so I have a song from that era of my life where I was super invested in Bone Thugs. I was on this Bone Thugs forum where they were like finding all these unreleased songs because issues with Eazy-E's widow, and she didn't want to release songs. And Busy Bone is like, fuck this group, and he'd leave, and then he'd come back, but then he, somebody on the forum would give him $500, so he'd do like 10 songs with him, and then that person has I was obsessed with it. But I had all of their CDs, and this song here is from Crazy Bone's second CD, Thug on the Line. It's called Hard Time Hustlin', featuring a sample from Sade, who infamously always turned down sample clearances, and she cleared not only the music but also her likeness from her original song in the music video. And this is called Hard Time Hustlin', and the reason that I liked it was because the storytelling, and I always found Crazy Bone to be my favorite member of the group because I felt like he was the most consistent, not only from a performance level but from a lyrical aspect. So here is Crazy Bone, Hard Time Hustlin'.
Can you go back for a second? Just go back to that screen. Before you clicked in. Just back
again.
In the browser. Yeah. I just wanted to point out Crazy Bone, Hard Time Hustlin'. That album cover looks like a dog that got in trouble. When you catch your dog, like, eating in the garbage, like, hey, and he's like,
I mean, yeah, I think this had to be after he shot Wishbone accidentally.
Oh, so it's the guilty I shot my friend.
The guilty I shot my friend look, yeah.
Okay.
In that same vein.
Mama mad at Pops cause he ain't working, but today she lost her job. Now what enough we supposed to do? We on our last loaf of bread. Got cereal but no milk, Kool-Aid, no sugar, what the hell? And it come Mr. Bill Collector, beating down the door for dough. Mama say when they come a knocking, y'all don't say nothing, get on the floor. Kinda hard to see at night in a house when it ain't no lights. No gas or water, had to borrow H2O from my relatives. Hell, it feels like I ain't even here. I'm ready to get up and get on my own, but I got 3 years. 15 with a big dream to make it on out this ghetto, but the devil won't settle. Up my levels, he won't let go. I'm living it down, it seems I just can't win. I'm high, but I stop and I realize I done drunk this whole fifth of gin. I'm 17 and drinking like I'm grown up. I got some problems, plus I need some money, and it's really on because
Mama been laid off.
she ain't working no more.
Papa been laid off.
He say things done got slow.
My brother's been laid off.
He been locked down for
More than 2 years now.
juvenile. Now struggling, hustling, struggling like I wanted. In school right now I'm hungry and I can't eat that damn diploma. But on this corner, I can eat every day. All I gotta do is if business keep going this way, my family is finna be straight. I'm glad I took that $50 that grandma gave me, bought me. Now it's all about coming up. I'ma pick it back next week with Pete. Took man straight to the block with a handful of. And it's my first time away watching for cop cars. By the end of the night, I told all the. I'm tripping out looking at all the dough I got. I should have became a soda block and locked it. Maybe some profit, so thinking tonight my people gon' be eating no lobster. Hate to say it, but I think these streets done really created a monster. Cause now that I see how quick I can come up in the law, why in the hell is you steady telling me to go and get a job? That, this is my thing right now. Now I know I'm walking home happy, smiling, and I ain't even thinking about
Mama been laid off.
she ain't working no more.
Papa been laid off.
He say things done got slow.
My brother's been laid off.
He been locked down for
More than 2 years now. Ooh, Mama been laid off.
she ain't working no more.
Papa been laid off.
He say things done got slow.
My brother's been laid off.
He
I don't
been
know. Do you want to hear the third verse or no?
Yeah, let's go.
locked down for
More than 2 years now.
business was booming, so when assuming I could do some improving, like new jewels, clothes, shoes, Cadillac coupe, I'm out here doing it. Got me a cold bra, then that's something I never had, but I'm never mad, cause I done snagged one bad one with my young. Once I turned 18, it was on, but my brother started writing home, telling me that the law.
what I
I say
realized?
what? And he don't know that I'm too deep.
I don't know that the on-demand will work if we're playing copyrighted music. So everyone that missed today's stream,
They can go back and watch it. Yeah, fuck them.
In this, I'm living and breathing the street. And if I don't play the crook, you ain't gon' have on your books. Look, give me a minute, I chill in a minute, I promise I will. As soon as I finish this last roll, I'ma drop the dice after this last roll. Little did he know, I got no intentions, only here. I'm finna get rich here. When you get out, you have some here if you still care. Made enough money to move my moms and pops to a new pad. They was suspicious, but they ain't tripping, cause this most than we ever had. But it went bad, 6 in the morning. Crashing through my door was the feds, and I want that red, we want you. And I'm like, ooh, should've listened to my brother, huh? But I'm now, mama got to bugging out with them popo, got to cuffing pops. Now I'm in the courtroom when they ask me how I plea, I tell the judge straight up, I've been having problems and it's all because
Mama been laid off.
she ain't working no more.
Papa been laid off.
That was Crazy Bone, Hard Time Hustling.
I love how you announced it in the same way as if he submitted it for our review. And essentially he did.
He
You
did.
know, he didn't know that he was submitting it, but he did.
Yeah.
15 years ago or whatever. Yeah, here's my first reaction. I liked it. I think that definitely I'd say probably one of the most talented Bone Thugs. Great storytelling. I see why you like the storytelling aspect, because I was like, well, we can't cut it off at 2 verses because there's another one. I need to figure out.
'Cause I
how
was
this
gonna say,
ends.
I think like out of all the verses, the third verse resonated with me the most because it's like all the stuff that built up to it. You see the world kind of crumble, and this is the result of all the actions taken, like because of all these things that he did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he set the scene really well, and then like obviously the payoff is like, well, it wasn't worth it. You know, I got arrested, and you know, I went in front of the judge. I told him, in comes the hook. I will say that like initially it took a second to like get used to the drum parts and kind of the bass underneath it. It kind of felt like it was clashing a little bit. Like if somebody just gave that to me, I'd probably comment on the mix. To be honest, I was like, oh damn, it's kind of hard to like listen to him fast sing rap while this
Like a 20-year-old mix, bird. Get off his
yeah, do better. Is what I'm saying. And you know, if he was our community member I'm critiquing, I'd say the hook. I liked the female vocals of it. When he came in, I just felt like he wasn't off key. It just like, I don't want to say clashed with the melody. I just didn't like the tone he hit. Papa been working no more. I was like, I think there was a different way to kind of blend the styles better with Sade. Regardless, cool track. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. My life didn't exactly mirror this, but there were some aspects like, you know, when your mom or my mom in that instance said, you know, if bill collectors come, don't open that fucking door. And like, I visually remember like, okay, somebody knocking on the door. I'm like kind of trying to peek out the curtains, but I'm not opening the door. I'm not, you know, turning off the lights. I'm like turning the TV volume down so they can't like hear the TV. Like, I remember vividly those kind of things. And like, at the time that I was listening to this also, I have a half brother and he had been locked up for selling drugs. So like aspects of the story, like while I didn't have like, you know, the same upbringing, like there were things that resonated with me, and like hearing it in story format, you know, it kind of took me out of that whole no limit cash money, like street gangster stuff. And like, oh, okay, well you can like describe your actual life and it still come off interesting. And that's where I started to kind of like think that I could like pick up the pen. Like it was after this era of listening to music where I actually started writing music, because I'm like, oh, if Crazy Bone can write about his life and I can resonate with it, maybe I can do the same.
100%. I mean, I think, you know, the easiest way to be relatable is to be relatable, you know?
We say it all the time.
If you live your life a certain way, you know, I'm sure that there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, if not hundreds of millions of people that live their life the same way. So
I'm sure there's hundreds of thousands of people who could resonate with Fallen Dove, Racism, and Come lyrics.
Yeah, and there's hundreds of millions of billions of people that can resonate with Little Caesars.
Or putting a fish stick up somebody's ass if you want to.
If you want to.
So yeah, that was our cultural exchange. Maybe we'll do this more or again. One of the two. I don't know which is the preferred terminology to use.
Yeah, we'll see just how copyrighted we get. How copy stricken.
They'll be able to see the video on the screen and they'll be, I want to hear what this song was, and they can go play it themselves. I strongly encourage people to, like I said, I'm probably going to go back and skim through some copyright songs and see if I can find something else I like. So maybe somebody will go through and skim through some Crazy Bone songs instead of saying, I don't even know who all is in Bone Thugs and Harmony, which was fucking famous of people to say on the server 2 years ago.
That really was.
What a time to be alive, huh?
I mean, there's so many.
No, there's 5 people. 5.
Busy, lazy, crazy, wishbone, bony bone.
Close. Fleshbone.
Ah.
Which is Lazy Bone's older brother.
Gotcha. I'll accept it.
Okay. All right.
Name all the members of Atmosphere.
Copyright and Slug.
You got one of the two.
Aesop Rock and Slug. Just name all the white rappers I know.
All the whites. Yeah. Who are the white goats?
D-Bird and Slug.
Oh, if only. I fucking wish.
Who are
Atmosphere. The signed Atmosphere drum right there. Let them know.
You know, if you asked me 20 years ago who Atmosphere was, I would say some white rapper. I never knew they were a group until D-Bird is like, yeah, Atmosphere is 2 people. I'm like, what? When did this happen? Did he like split himself in 2?
See, we've learned a lot in this journey with each other.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I can pose the question in the subscriber area as well. If you guys have cultural things that you find significant in your day-to-day life that you would like us to experience for the first time ever on the stream, let us know. If it's, you know, some burger at your favorite joint, or a song, or, I don't know, a pen that you use in your day job. Nobody writes letters anymore. Let us know. We'll do some cultural exchange with the community as well.
I think that's a great idea. I'd love Like, I'm not gonna fully transition into a try guy, but down to try some stuff.
Why not? We can be the try fellas.
The try folk.
Try the white collar trifolk. Sure, that'll go over well.
Kind of has a ring to it.
Ooh, we could be like the white collar guys doing blue collar things. Like we just sledgehammer a brick wall or some shit.
I quit.
Come on.
That's all it takes.
You torn your Achilles. If you can survive that, you can survive anything, D-Bird.
Just showed me how fragile it is to go outside.
Wouldn't it be wild if somebody gave us? Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. I saw that Impractical Jokers is coming back. Me and Rogue Jeffson joked. I know this is a cancelable joke, but sexual assault allegations be damned. Murr is back.
Was he was
accused of something too, inappropriate communication. I don't know the specifics because I stay out of celebrity gossip, but accused of inappropriate interactions with somebody. I think it was like a camera woman or something. But they're back. January 15th, new season of Impractical Jokers. And what kind of crazy world would we be able to create if somebody like gave you and I funding to like, let's go to a fast food joint and be servers in the drive-through window or some shit.
Oh my god, this is literally my dream. I'm not kidding. Ever since I saw the first Impractical Jokers, I was like, I wanted to do that. How do they get to do that?
Yeah,
I've always wanted that.
Yeah, so maybe we can speak it into fruition one day. Of maybe it's not exactly what they do, but maybe it's maybe it's like a blend of like Impractical Jokers and Undercover Boss, where they send a bunch of white collar guys into blue collar jobs, and we see what kind of chaos we can create. Like put D-Bird on a roof and like shingle a roof, and you're like just nail gunning the shingles to the side of the house and shit. And then you got the crew lead cussing at you in Spanish, like who the fuck hired this gringo?
I'm getting shingles just thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe one day, pitching for the next season of the last mixtape. A little twist on it.
Yeah, turns out we're just doing something totally different. Undercover Boss meets Impractical Jokers.
Hey man, maybe we should take this episode off the air and copyright that idea.
Not a bad idea.
Full circle.
Hit up copyright.
But that's our show for today. So we'll be back Sunday listening to music from the community. If you got tracks, drop them in the Sunday Stream feedback channel. We'll listen to them bright and early Sunday and tell you how much we love and appreciate them. And then will you be here next Wednesday? I know you're traveling for work.
I will not.
Okay.
I will not.
Maybe, yeah. We'll see where Nikki's at. Maybe I'll do a solo show. Maybe I'll game. Maybe I'll play the game that you recently hate, Arc Raiders, or something like that. Or we'll postpone until D-Bird is available. We'll see.
Whatever your little heart desires. I'll be in the air.
Yeah, maybe I'll take an adult nap and then say, fuck you guys. But in the meantime, we'll be back Sunday, so tune in then. If you guys have ideas, I'll post in the chat somewhere. If you guys have some cultural exchange stuff that you would like us to dibble dabble in, let us know. So until next time, see y'all on the flip side. Shout out to Mountain Dew Livewire Orange for sponsoring us tonight. Appreciate the sips.
Insane behavior.
What's wrong with Mountain Dew? You drink fucking energy drinks as soon as you wake up.
Yeah. Like a true American.
What is this?
Like
Let's see.
A northern gentleman.
Guess what percentage of the daily value of sugar this contains?
2,000%.
Close. 154%.
Yeah, close.
Well, I've got my sugar intake for the day, so I'm gonna go stay up until 4 a.m. again. See you guys next time.